Hello friends of Madrid Museum Tours. Today I am going to show you 5 cute squares where you will feel a genuine atmosphere of Madrid. Charming squares where people of all social classes coexist. It has been so since its creation. Would you like to see some typical squares of Madrid? So, let's get to it! The name Plaza de la Paja comes from the tax that farmers had to pay to the chapter of the Bishop's Chapel at the time when the great market of Madrid was held in this place. Plaza de la Paja is an hospitable and beautiful square. In this square was held from 13th to the 15th century every Thursday the great market of Madrid. The terraces enliven the square, although I do not think that the noise at night makes the neighbors very happy. Anyway, the houses of the Plaza de la Paja look good despite its good years. Actually, in this square started in the 1990s the big rehabilitation plan of Old Madrid. On the left, where the imposing Renaissance palace of the noble and wealthy Vargas family used to be, there is now a public school. Aside, the Bishop's Chapel, which belonged to the Vargas family. The plaza slopes down to Segovia Street, and part of it collides with the neoclassical garden Principe ANGLONA. The garden is above the street, and if there are not many visitors, we may capture much of its charm. This garden belonged to the palace of the Principe of ANGLONA. The ANGLONA family contributed with distinction to culture, art and politics of the 18th century. This neoclassical garden stays above the street level, as you can see. One of the most beautiful views of Madrid. Check out the back part of the cathedral and the viaduct of Segovia. My friends, I believe that in this case the saying "better a picture than 1,000 words" applies very well. The name of the Via de Paris Square commemorates the visit of the President of France to Spain in 1905. On the square Via de Paris are the statues of Bourbon King Fernando VI and Queen Consort Barbara de Braganza. Both loved music and they also loved each other very much. As they had no descendants, they could not be buried in the royal pantheon of the Escorial monastery. So their coffins are in the church of Las Salesas, which is attached to the palace where the royal couple lived. The palace of these enamored Bourbon kings is nowadays the Supreme Court of Spain. The statues of Kings Fernando and Barbara are witnesses of how the royal square is now enjoyed by neighbors, their children, and their pets. The name of the Plaza Olavide is dedicated to the memory of an enlightened Peruvian intellectual who carried out a brilliant reformist work during the reign of King Carlos III. The enlightened Pablo Olavide was born in Lima, Peru, and promoted important reforms in the time of Bourbon King of Spain Carlos III, such as the defense and promotion of culture, colonization campaigns, and dispossession of privileges of Jesuits and nobles. The Olavide Square, with its trees, benches, stores, terraces and fountain, invites us to stay. As you see, there are many places to have an aperitif. I am so happy that the square has a fountain again, after having been without one for a long time. The square has somewhat familiar and cosmopolitan atmosphere. The square, it is a very hospitable place, just like Madrid. Plaza de Chamberí is in the district of the same name. There are many different interpretations about the origin of the name, but none is an absolute truth. Certain is that the name sounds French and that the plaza has a genuine local flavor typical of an authentic Madrid.
The Chamberí Square is located in one of the purest and most genuine neighborhoods of Madrid. In Madrid, genuine and pure places are called castizos. Do you feel the local atmosphere?
We are in front of the headquarters of the Congregation Handmaids of Mary, in Spanish Siervas de María. This congregation of nuns take care for the sick people at their own home.
The statue is dedicated to the great actress born in Madrid, Loreto Prado.
She was a celebrated comic actress whose admirers called her the brilliant Loreto. Loreto and her partner Enrique Chicote took local vaudeville to its highest peaks.
Well, dear friends, I hope you have enjoyed this square that gives a glimpse in an authentic atmosphere of Madrid. I'm going on vacation, but on my return I promise more and better videos of Madrid Tourist Attractions. See you soon. Bye bye.